YouTube friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Deidre from Our Upcycled Life. Lots of thrifting, upcycling, repurposing, DIY content, and I love new crafting friends. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any great DIY content. Today I'm going to show you how you can paint your plastic or your glass ornaments with acrylic paint and make a really beautiful swirled color. These are so simple to do and the outcome is beautiful. They make fantastic gifts and they're fun to do with your kids or your grandkids. So today I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial of how you can use acrylic paint in your glass and plastic ornaments to create beautiful keepsakes. Okay, let's get started. Today I'm going to show you how you can decorate the inside of your plastic ornaments with acrylic paint. It's really simple and really easy. This will also work on glass ornaments if you have them, and you can pick and choose your colors and swirl them and they turn out just so beautiful. And then you can personalize them afterwards or just leave them. Perfect gifts or just to hang on your Christmas tree. So we're going to get started with the first step. I'm going to use 3 colors in this first one. This is just acrylic paint that I picked up at the dollar store. Any type of paint will work. And what I like to do is mix in a little bit of polyacrylic sealer. So you're going to take the lid off of your plastic bauble, just set them aside, and you want to take your acrylic paint, put some in the dish. Probably I've got about a tablespoon, and then I'm going to take a tablespoon of polyacrylic sealer and mix those two together. So it's kind of equal amounts. 1 part acrylic paint and 1 part acrylic sealer. And then you're just going to mix it together really, really well. This helps it flow better in your ornament. Next color, we're going to use this lavender. Same thing, about a tablespoon. It doesn't have to be completely accurate, just kind of eyeball it, and then equal amounts of the polyacrylic, mix them together really well. I'm just using a little wooden skewer to mix them together. That blends it in good. That one's ready, and then we'll just go on to our last color. We're going to use Tutti Frutti. It's a really pink color. About a tablespoon, and then a tablespoon of the polyacrylic. Mix it all together really well again. And then we're ready to put it in our ornament and start swirling. These are so cute and so easy to do. And it's also a really great DIY to do with your kids. I have all 3 colors all mixed together really well with a polyacrylic. And you're just going to take your ornament and you just want to pour a little bit in. And we're going to layer the colors. So I'm going to put some pink in, and then I'm going to put some white in, and then I'm going to put some of this purple in, and then layer some more pink. The more layers, the more swirl of the different colors you'll have in the ornaments. And I think I'll just put a little bit more of that purple in. And now we're ready to swirl. So we've got all those different colors. Now comes the fun part. You just start swirling around and look at the colors that come. And the polyacrylic allows it to flow a lot better if you just use the acrylic paint by itself. And if for some reason you find you don't have enough paint, you can always add a little bit more if you need to. And when you come down to the neck of it, always have a little piece of paper towel because you can drip onto that and not make a mess. And you just keep swirling around until everything is covered and you're left with the gorgeous ornament. I've got that swirled all the way around, and you're going to have some extra paint on the inside. So what I like to do, I like to get a little paper cup and put that ornament right in the paper cup and let it drip out. Set it aside for about 10 or 15 minutes. Now we're going to do a second one. I'm going to use some different colors. I'm going to use peacock blue. This is a beautiful color of blue. I had some white left over from the other one, so I'm just going to add a little bit more to it. And I'm going to use bright yellow. These colors that I'm using are really nice and bright and fun. I'm going to turn these ornaments into little keepsakes for my nieces, so I think they'll like the bright colors. And a tablespoon in each one. I'm going to put a little bit more into this white one, mix them all together, and then we're going to be ready to swirl. I'm going to just use my little stick to mix it all together really well. And like I said before, I've tried just using the acrylic paint and it does work okay, but by adding a little bit of that polyacrylic sealer, it just helps it flow a little bit better. I've got everything all mixed up. Now we're just going to pour a little bit in and layer up those colors and get ready to swirl it. And you can put as much or as little. Every ornament is going to turn out a little bit different in a different pattern. So just kind of have fun with it. Mix and match your colors, mix and match how much you put in, and just see what you get. Add a little bit more yellow on top of that one. And then I think I'm going to swirl it. I think that'll be pretty good. I love watching the swirl pattern come. Isn't that so neat? And just kind of take your time and just roll the paint along inside of that. If you find you don't have enough, you can always add a little bit more. And I don't think I did put enough in, so I'm just going to add a little bit more. If you find you're having a hard time getting the paint out of your little container, you can always use a little popsicle stick and kind of ease it out that way too. And some blue, put another splash of white, and I think that will be perfect. All right, let's swirl that up again. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's covering really well. And you can see how it blends in and gives all the different colors. And you can go one way and then turn it around and go the other way. Don't drop it on the floor like I just about did. And always have a paper towel underneath to catch any of the drips as you're rolling it along. I had a bunch of paint left over, so I swirled them all together. Just took my skewer, just kind of mixed them a little bit, so it kind of blended them. And I'm just going to pour that in. And it gives all kinds of different colors all mixed up in one. And that's kind of a neat little different effect that you can do too. Look at the colors in that. Isn't that fantastic? And here, this is a project that you can get so creative with, and I think it would be really neat to do hockey colors for hockey teams or sport teams, and you could do the colors coordinating with their teams and then put their names on it. That would make a fantastic gift. I just think it's so much fun putting all kinds of different colors together and just seeing what you end up with. This one has got some really neat swirls in it. See that? You can use up all your little bits and pieces of paint that you have laying around too, using this technique. I'm going to do one last one because this is so much fun with some Christmas colors. I've got some red acrylic. I'm just going to put in a tablespoon of the polyacrylic to help it flow a bit better. I've got some gold, spun gold. I'm going to mix that in. I'm going to do some Christmas green and just squirt some of that in. And then I'm just going to take my skewer and just kind of swirl it around. Don't completely mix those colors together. You want those swirls in it, just so it kind of looks like that. Now we're ready to pour it in the Christmas ornament. I probably should have some paper towel underneath me, but I already made my last one a complete mess. So We're gonna cross our fingers I don't make a huge mess on this one. And we're just gonna swirl. And look at all that red and green and gold all through that. This is a fantastic Christmas ornament. Roll it up to the front. And then we're gonna let it sit in the container and drip out all the extra. Okay, so each of these ornaments, I let them drain for about 15 minutes in cups so all the extra paint flows out of it. And then you just want to set them aside kind of upright and let the air get into it and let them dry overnight. And then we're ready to finish them off. Okay, it's the next day and my ornaments are all finished. I got my Cricut out and I personalized each of these ornaments. I made one for each of my nieces and nephews. And I just love the swirled color in all of these. Now they do, as they dry, the colors lighten up a little bit, but you still have such a neat swirled effect. You can try so many different colors with these and get creative. I love the brown and the blue in this one. So grab some plastic ornaments the next time you're out and about and give this technique a try and use up some of your acrylic paints. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you liked this video, you'll probably really love the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.